Welcome back. At the top of the newscast, we showed you how people are really cashing in on the South by crowd, renting out homes, apartments, even their driveways. So you might be thinking, is it too late? No, it's not too late. We have an expert with us, Joel Rasmussen. He is the president of the Austin Rental Alliance, to tell us how we can all get in on this and who does it. So thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Our big question is, what are fans still looking for? The one-bedroom, two-bedroom, and even when you hear about all the people cashing in downtown, what about the areas on the outskirts, whether you're talking South Austin, North Austin, Pflugerville? Can they rent out there?
At this point, I think almost anything is up for grabs. There is just such a demand for Austin, especially during South by Southwest, that we're still getting, panicked calls and panicked emails for almost anything. So if there are people that are interested in doing this, there's definitely time to do it.
So if someone lives all the way up in North Austin, they can still get the kind of money you're getting downtown?
Well, no. I mean, there's certainly a premium for being downtown, but if a company needs to be here, they have people that are presenting or they're part of an event and they need a place for them to stay. It's, when you get down to the wire, people will pay a premium almost anywhere.
So the rest of us who aren't renting out our homes feel kind of left out. Where do we advertise? How do we start?
Well, what I always recommend is go with a trusted resource. And so I would say most of our members use services like HomeAway or VRBO, because then you're in a trusted community. It's something that travelers understand, and it also has a lot of tips for homeowners, people that are doing this for the first time. You can use things like Craigslist. I really don't recommend it because it's just kind of a den of thieves. One of the things we see as the Alliance is we see all the scams that happen on places like Craigslist. Both homeowners get scammed and travelers get scammed. So we really try to push people towards the more established places like HomeAway and VRBO.
We hear a lot about HomeAway. So how do we start pricing it? Do they help you price it? And how do you know, depending on where you live?
Well, HomeAway services a global market, so they can't really help price. The way to do that really is just to kind of see what other people are charging and see what the market will bear. I mean, there are extreme stories, obviously. I think the news story led with a $1,500 two-bedroom. That, I would say, is definitely the far end and beyond what we see as an average. But I think as a good starting point, typically $200 per room per night is probably a safe starting point in the central Austin area during South by Southwest. But again, it's a market that's driven by buyers right now, so you can really see what's out there and what you can get.
Now, it's not a perfect market. I know mistakes are made. What kind of things can go wrong? Can you give any tips on what to watch out for when you're trying to do this?
Sure, absolutely. And this is one of the reasons that I recommend a site like HomeAway. They have all sorts of tips for ways to protect yourself, protect your renters, offering things like traveler's insurance. And they also, I believe they're offering a new service where you can kind of vet your travelers beforehand. They have things like traveler profiles. But really, it in most cases comes down to common sense. If you have a phone call with the people that are going to rent from you, even better if they're referred from people you know or there's some sort of connection through Facebook or LinkedIn, those are going to be the things that can be the foundation for having a trusted relationship. But really what we find for our members is it comes down to that intuition. If you have a phone call with them, if you have a conversation, you're going to get a sense of whether this is a relationship you can trust or not.
Yeah, because both sides have to watch out and make sure they're not getting scammed. All right.
Absolutely, and we hear of all kinds of scams.
Thank you so much, Joel Rasmussen. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
If you don't mind, the one thing I really want to make sure that people understand is that in Austin, if you rent your home for less than 30 days, there's a big misconception that you don't have to pay hotel occupancy tax. And I can assure you that that's not true. That's one of the things that our association really emphasizes, and there's a lot of information about that on the Austin Rental Alliance website, just austinrentalalliance.com. But if you rent your home in Austin during South by Southwest or any time during the year for less than 30 days, you do have to pay the hotel occupancy tax.
So we've all been warned. Okay, they will hunt you down and find you. Thank you, Joel.
Well, and the city's auditing, so just want to make sure people are aware.
Thank you. Well, now we've done it. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.